What happens when Iran shifts its military allegiance? When a country with decades of reliance on outdated Russian and American technology suddenly turns to China for cutting-edge fighter jets. This isn't just a simple arms deal. It's the beginning of a massive military pivot that could reshape the balance of power in the Middle East. Iran's strategic shift to China's J10s fighter jets is not only concerning, it's a game changer. In a dramatic move that sent shockwaves through the international community, Iran has secured a deal with China for 36 advanced J10s fighter jets, with plans to acquire up to 150 in the coming years. This isn't just about replacing old aircraft. It's about creating a modern air force designed to stand toe-to-toe with Israel, the US, and their allies. The deal is more than a trade. It's a statement that Iran is done waiting. After its costly clashes with Israel and the subsequent exposure of critical air defense gaps, Iran knew it had to make a change. Its aging fleet of US-era jets and Russian MiGs were increasingly unreliable, leaving Iran vulnerable. The J10s fighter, battle-tested and equipped with superior radar, stealth, and weaponry, is the perfect solution. Iran is no longer relying on outdated equipment. It's building a new war machine. But this deal isn't just about fighter jets. It's about reshaping alliances. Iran's pivot to China sends a powerful message to the world. After failed attempts to secure advanced jets from Russia, including the stalled Su-35 deal, Iran is moving forward without hesitation. And it's doing so with the full backing of China, its new strategic partner.
Iran has signed a deal with China to purchase 40 Chinese fighter jets. What are your concerns about the Iran and China military cooperation?
Well, obviously, we're watching that. We're very concerned about that, especially as we look to shift force posture to the Indo-Pacific. But ultimately, I think that what we're doing here at the Department of Defense, building up our military with historic recruiting numbers, peace through strength. Ultimately, it's about reestablishing deterrence to make our enemies think twice about doing things that we wouldn't want them to do.
The U.S. Department of Defense has made it clear this new partnership between China and Iran is a threat. But what's more concerning is the timing. After the U.S. quietly allowed China to restart oil purchases from Iran, Tehran seized the opportunity to move forward with its weapons deal. What we're witnessing is not just an arms deal, it's a strategic shift that strengthens a new axis of power.
This deal is the result of a decade-long frustration for Iran. For years, Tehran struggled with the US-backed sanctions that restricted its access to modern military technology. But now, with China stepping in, Iran has the access it needs to rebuild its air force and enhance its military capabilities. This is a powerful move to solidify its defense against regional adversaries, and it's sending a message to the West. Iran is choosing its partners, and China is a key ally. Iran is no longer begging for weapons from the West. It's choosing its own path. By embracing China's J10s, Tehran is sending a clear message that it is ready to confront its enemies with modern, capable forces. Russia, China, and Iran are forming a new front, and it's not waiting for permission from the West. The J10C fighter is not just a technological leap over Iran's old fleet. It's a new era of warfare with superior avionics, enhanced stealth, and greater payload capacity. The J10C will significantly upgrade Iran's air capabilities. And with plans to acquire 150 of these advanced jets, Tehran is positioning itself to challenge Israel, Saudi Arabia, and U.S. interests in the region more effectively. But what does this mean for the United States and its allies? The Pentagon is especially concerned about the growing cooperation between Iran and China, as it forces the U.S. to rethink its force posture in the Middle East and Indo-Pacific. While America is building up its military with record recruitment numbers, Iran's deal with China represents a new challenge that could shift the balance of power in the region. With Russia's reliance on China for weapons and Iran's move to strengthen its air force, the Middle East is becoming increasingly volatile. U.S. allies like Israel and Saudi Arabia are closely monitoring Iran's growing air power, knowing that Tehran's new fleet could shift the military equation in the region. U.S. leaders have made it clear that the goal is deterrence, ensuring that Iran and other potential adversaries think twice before taking action. But this new alliance between China and Iran poses a significant challenge to U.S. dominance in the region. Iran's growing military capabilities, backed by China, could have ripple effects that challenge the current order in the Middle East. Despite these growing concerns, the U.S. continues to build its military strength with the goal of maintaining air superiority. But the Iranian-Chinese alliance represents a major shift that Washington will need to address in the coming years. As Iran embraces Chinese technology and military assets, it's not just strengthening its own defense. It's creating a formidable alliance that could shift the strategic balance in the Middle East. The U.S. and its allies will need to adapt to this new reality as this relationship grows stronger and more entrenched.
In the coming years, the partnership between Iran and China will continue to evolve. The implications for global security, especially in the Middle East, are profound. As the U.S. looks to balance its military presence in the Indo-Pacific with growing concerns in the Middle East, this alliance could serve as a challenge that will redefine military strategies in the region.
The U.S. response to Iran and China's growing alliance will shape the future of global military power. Stay tuned for more updates on the evolving situation in the Middle East and the growing military partnerships shaping global power dynamics. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest military analyses. Until next time, stay informed.